90% of finance professionals using AI tools are asking basic questions like write me an email or summarize this document. But what if I told you that you could create board-ready financial reports, executive dashboards, and variance analysis in minutes instead of hours? I'm about to show you how to stop wasting time on manual financial planning and analysis work and start impressing your management with professional-grade analysis with AI tools like ChatGPT and Genspark. You spend hours every month creating reports and trying to make your analysis look professional enough for executives. Meanwhile, you're constantly worried about making errors that could impact business decisions. Today, I'm showing you 7 game-changing AI for financial planning and analysis use cases that will transform how you work. The results so you can see exactly what AI tool gives you. First use case is financial planning and analysis board reporting with commentary. I'm going to use 2 AI tools this time, Genspark and ChatGPT. You're spending 4 to 6 hours every month creating board reports. You need variance analysis, professional commentary explaining why actuals differ from forecasts, and it must look polished enough for C-suite executives. Watch me create a comprehensive board-ready P&L with professional financial planning and analysis commentary in under 2 minutes using Genspark. First, I'm importing our raw monthly management report table in the AI tool. Of course, I'm not giving company names due to confidentiality. I'm now writing a prompt where I explain everything I need and in what format. I'm also listing some factors that influenced better or worse results or indicators. Here's what I get. A board-ready report with visual variance indicators, executive commentary, and actionable insights that would normally take hours to create. Look at this. Genspark is creating professional variance analysis focusing on actual versus prior year and actual versus forecast. The AI is generating realistic business scenarios, market slowdown impacting software licensing renewals, competitive pricing pressure in consulting services. It's including comprehensive action plans with strategic recommendations. If you found this valuable, drop a comment telling me your biggest financial planning and analysis time waster. I'll create specific tutorials based on what you need most. Second use case is creating a dashboard. Your executives don't want spreadsheet dumps. They want visual dashboards with key metrics they can understand briefly. But creating professional dashboards takes forever and never looks good enough. I'll show you how to create a stunning executive dashboard with KPI boxes and visual variance indicators that will impress any C-suite. Using the same data, I'm now creating an executive dashboard. Watch this. It's automatically creating KPI performance boxes. Revenue box, $6.9 million with plus 9.5% versus last year and minus 11.0% versus budget indicators. Gross profit, $3.84 million, showing clear variance trends. EBITDA and net profit boxes with professional color-coded indicators. Plus, a shortened P&L with visual structure showing revenue breakdown by service line. Look at this clean design. Consulting services 41.3% of revenue, software licensing 27.8%. The cost structure analysis shows exactly what executives need to see. This is dashboard quality that would normally require specialized design software. The next use case is a weekly cash flow forecast. When I was a CFO, one of my biggest nightmares was weekly cash flow projections. Pulling the data, cleaning it, building reports, even with Power Query, it ate up so much time. Think about it. On one side, you've got receivables coming in at different dates. On the other side, you've got payables that must be settled. And then you add new sales, expenses, salaries. It quickly becomes overwhelming. But here's how AI can help. Export all receivables and payables from your accounting system with the exact due dates or weeks for each item. That alone gives you a clear cash flow projection based on your current balance. Then, take your sales plan and procurement plan, add assumptions like days sales outstanding and days payables outstanding, and put it all into a prompt. In the prompt, Include how much cash you have at the beginning and what your other monthly expenses are that are paid regularly, for example, salaries, rent, etc. In minutes, you've got a cash flow forecast that used to take me hours every single week. That's the power of using AI in finance. Here's what we get. Executive summary. Cash flow projection per weeks. Visuals per weeks. Inflows versus outflows comparison. Key insights and recommendations. Strengths. Areas for attention. Next use case is driver-based planning and stress testing. Let me show how to build a P&L based on input assumptions and then how to run a stress test to see what happens if conditions change. Most finance professionals still try to build projections only in Excel, but models become huge and fragile with high risk of errors. Stress testing requires duplicating sheets or creating complex formulas. Scenario analysis is clunky. You need if or choose for every single variable. With ChatGPT, you can describe the logic in plain language and let AI help you. Generate driver-based P&L formulas in seconds. Quickly create scenario tables without writing every choose by hand. Automate repetitive steps like linking assumptions to outputs. Here's an example. Let's assume this is our historical P&L and we want to build projections through 2030. On the sheet next to it, we have our assumptions. Of course, I'm starting with a simpler example so we can understand how this works. Now I upload this file into ChatGPT and give the following prompt. In other words, I ask it to prepare projections based on these assumptions and provide me with a separate Excel file. Here's what I get. Since this is the first time I've used AI to build projections in Excel, the very first thing I do next is check the calculations. I'll do that here. It looks like everything is correct. Let's move on to the challenges. Now I want it to run a stress test, so I give a prompt to apply pessimistic assumptions about growth and cost behavior. Here's what I get. And finally, I ask it to present the stress test results graphically. This simple exercise shows how powerful AI can be in financial modeling. Instead of spending hours building projections, stress tests, and charts manually in Excel, we can now generate them in minutes with the help of ChatGPT. Next use case is creating budget templates and guidelines for departments. Are you still wasting hours building budgeting templates in Excel from scratch? I used to, and it was painful. This time, I asked ChatGPT to do it for me. Instead of losing a week, in just a few minutes I had a separate Excel template for each department, with categories OPEX versus CAPEX split, auto formulas for costs, taxes, and depreciation. I got drop-down menus to keep inputs consistent. And finally, I got full Word document with clear instructions on how to fill the budget. So, instead of grinding in Excel, I let AI handle the structure and I focus on the strategy. That's the real power of using ChatGPT in finance. Next use case is budget variance analysis. Budget variance analysis is the worst part of your job. Finding root causes, explaining variances, creating action plans, it takes forever and you're always worried you're missing something important. We will use our data from the first case. Of course, in our prompt, we also need to explain and list all the factors that could have potentially influenced the variances, whether related to the assumptions used during budgeting or to events that occurred and affected the actual figures. Here is the result. The first thing we have is a brief snapshot of how our KPIs compare to the budget. Look at this detailed breakdown. Consulting services, $250,000 behind a budget. Software licensing is $280,000 behind. The AI is generating realistic root cause analysis, economic uncertainty affecting enterprise spending, and longer sales cycles. Professional commentary explaining competitive pricing pressure and customer retention challenges. Strategic recommendations with actual timelines, immediate actions for 30 days, short-term initiatives for 90 days. This includes everything a professional BVA should have. Variance explanations, impact assessment, actionable recommendations. And last use case is financial model review. Before you knock on your manager's door, you can now do one more thing. I can help you perform an audit or review of your financial model. Upload the model into an AI tool and give it a good prompt. For example, ask it to perform a logical check, validate accounting equations, error checking, quality of forecasts, and more. I received a downloadable Word document with all the findings, such as structural and integrity checks, formula checks, anomaly checks, etc. So, AI tools can be used not only to create something for us, but also to review and validate our work before we send it further. These were 7 practical ways AI is transforming financial planning and analysis. Now, if you don't want to stay behind while the industry is moving forward, I invite you to join our AI learning platform. It's a place where finance professionals come together to master these tools, share best practices, and stay ahead of the curve. To find out more, just click the link below the video or the link in my profile.